Greetings and salutations. I wanted to put up a video for this week. It's been a while since I've done a video. My kids, we took them trick or treating last night, and of course, they came back with some dinosaurs and stuff like that. And my older daughter gave me this, and so I guess this is what the video is going to be. So I think of this kind of as a tribute to Your Dinosaurs Are Wrong, which is an excellent channel, by the way, one of my favorite ones to watch. And I think this is supposed to be a Tyrannosaurus Rex. Uh, let's go ahead and talk about it a little bit. Tyrannosaurus Rex is kind of interesting in that it's the only dinosaur that I know of, to my knowledge, where the common folk, lay folk, refer to it by its full scientific name, Tyrannosaurus Rex. You might see a few nerds like refer to Deinonychus antiropus, or maybe even Spinosaurus aegypticus, or Velociraptor mongoliensis, but by and large, most people, Spinosaurus, Velociraptor, Deinonychus. Tyrannosaurus Rex is a little bit of phenomenon in that naming convention, mostly because it's got a cool name, um, Tyrant Lizard King. So I mean, there you go, which is an inherently cooler name. Wish I could say the same about the toy. Really, it's not really very anatomically correct, which I understand when it comes to its scale like this, maybe, but I think you could definitely make it more accurate. Let's start with the posture. The posture being the thing that really gets to me. He stands like he's got multiple sclerosis. He's very hunched over. This is not how any of these animals ever stood. It's not how they carried themselves. Really, we want to get his spine parallel to the ground. The tail could be a little longer. I could say that. Um, the head, probably going to be the next part we talk about. In terms of shape, it's not too awful bad, although the orbital fenestra right behind the antorbital fenestra, you can't see the orbital fenestra too much. You see the antorbital fenestra before you see that, and then followed by the temporal fenestra. So instead, it needs to be more broad. Tyrannosaurus had excellent binocular vision, despite what Jurassic Park says. So we need to box its head out more. I mean, it's pretty close, but it's very vaguely Allosaurus like. And Tyrannosaurus had very good binocular vision. The jaw, the lower jaw, is something that is standing out to me. This is kind of like the head shape is really what made me think whether or not they were trying to go for Tyrannosaurus or vaguely Allosaurine. The lower jaw, I don't understand what they're going for here. It's swooped. Could be a deformation with it because it's a rubbery kind of toy. It could just be a deformation of the plastic. It feels kind of rubbery, but I feel like this is plastic. But it shouldn't have that swoop. Shouldn't have that, banana shaped swoop. The arms. It's something. The running joke, Tyrannosaurus having very short arms, is actually how I got my nickname from CT Acoustics, T Rex, because I had tiny little arms. Honestly, this guy's arms are too big, really. Um, it's very funny. And the posture of the hands, too. That's what gets me. Uh, the posture of the forearms. So something else that Jurassic Park has kind of introduced to the general public, and again, this is not knock on Jurassic Park. I love Jurassic Park, but a scientific inaccuracy is the pronated hands. Um, it shows T Rex kind of holding his hands like this. It shows the Velociraptors holding their hands like this. It's not how they did it. Uh, Dinosaurs, theropods of this nature really couldn't do that. Their shoulder movement didn't really allow for it. They could supinate, which is when they stretch their arms out, it would just kind of passively do that. So, they could hold like a basketball and they could do that. And they could even possibly give a hug, but they couldn't do this. The mobility of their shoulders didn't allow for that kind of movement, and it's still kind of limited. T Rex's arms were not vestigial like a lot of people think they were. They could actually lift, although we don't know what they were lifting necessarily, but they could conceivably kind of help the animal hold itself up off the ground if it needed to, or even possibly for mating purposes. It doesn't have the pelvic boot, uh, which is a characteristic of a lot of theropods. So it's missing that. Shoulders, not too awful bad, but should definitely be more further back, I want to say. Femur to shin ratio. I don't think it's too bad. Although I do see that it is missing the first toe, the dew claw that this animal had. Most toys like this usually include it. The feet, I wouldn't say are too bad. Although I would say that they need to be more splayed. Like it wasn't like these humps, it was more like that. And really, I guess that's all I got to say. So, I mean, I know it's not totally RPG related, but I mean, you could use it as a miniature, like especially if you're doing like a kind of like Isle of Dread thing. So yeah, I mean, there you go. Thank you for watching. Take care. God bless. See you on the other side. Hopefully, I'll have you some RPG videos out soon. Take care.